Konnichiwa. Hey, thought I might switch it up. I think from now on I might just be saying hi in different languages at the beginning of my video, making my own little flavor. Uh, you're back with the Double Down team. So today I want to talk about, wait up one second. Today I want to talk about food. I mean, everybody enjoys food, whether you like it a little bit, whether you like it a lot, whether you just have to eat because, you have to have food in order to survive, whether you're very picky or whether you like to eat everything. Um, food just, food's great, man. What can I say? um, it's awesome, man. So I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about food. I'm just pulling up my little notes right here. I like food for the most part. I'm not particularly a picky person. I mean, I do have my preferences. I won't lie. There's certain foods that I like more than other foods. But but yeah, I love food. Sorry for my allergies are kicking in. It's that time of the year here in Central California. Um, it's hard to breathe right now. But yeah, foods. I like Mexican. I like Japanese, Thai, Salvadorian, Jamaican, Filipino, um, and Mediterranean. Those are my preferences. I wanted to talk a little bit about my preferences. Being I grew up here in Central California. Mexican is just so prevalent. There's good spots everywhere. Um, and then the food. I mean, even though it's pretty much like a grain, whether that's tortillas or rice, it's beans, it's meat. If you don't like meat, you can always leave it out if you're vegan or vegetarian. Lettuce, tomato, cheese, onion, avocado. I mean, and you could make it into a burrito. You can make the same ingredients into a nachos. You can make the same ingredients into tacos. You can make the same ingredients to tostada. I mean, it's all the same, and that's the beauty of it because you could just use the same ingredients and make a multitude of different foods. Um, but if I had to pick one dish that I like, I mean, it's tacos, hands down. I mean, you can't go wrong with tacos, man. Whether you whether however you make it, if you use whatever you like. I mean, there's so many different. If you get a chance to just expand your food preferences, if you're not from California, if you're from a place that don't have a lot of like taco places to eat at, just YouTube and just try to find some different styles of tacos that you can make at home. Um, I could probably eat them every day and not get tired. I think like tacos and probably like potatoes, probably the two foods that I probably never get tired of. Um, Me particularly, I mean, you can't go wrong with carne asada. There's like pastor. Pastor is good. Um, like what else? There's carnitas. I mean, it's whatever you want. You could go with chicken tacos. Um, if you don't like pork, if you don't eat pork, I mean, you could go stay with beef, or if you don't even like beef, you could go with chicken. I've even heard of people making tacos, just like vegans, because I have a couple friends that are vegans, and I heard they make tacos out of like soy, or they'll just use all the fillings of tacos, and instead of putting meat, they put guacamole at the bottom, and then just put all the other ingredients like it's a regular taco. Um, but I mean, I don't know. You can't go wrong with tacos, man. Uh, the next food choice I want to talk about is Mediterranean, man. Oh man, I mean, I like it because it encompasses all flavors throughout the Mediterranean area. You got like Italian, Greek. You got Israeli. You got Arabic. I just think like the food over there. Like if you haven't tried good Mediterranean food, I mean, it's so fresh because I've always liked fresh ingredients more. Um, it's just good, man. Whether that's a salad, sometimes I'll just cut up a lot of vegetables. I got balsamic vinegar, not the vinaigrette, but balsamic oil, and just drizzle it all over. I like just roasting garlic with the balsamic oil. Put a little salt, pepper, and then just spread it on some bread and just eat it like that. Mm, I can't go wrong with that, man. Not at all, man. Um, I don't know. I've always ever since first tried Mediterranean food, I just like it. If you don't really like a lamb, if you were to try it like a made in a kebab, it has a different. It just tastes better. Because I never really enjoyed lamb. I know like I had tried lamb like in birria, or it's goat I think instead, and never really cared for it. But once I tried it in a kebab, um, it was a totally different world. Um, I like hummus and pita chips. They're good too. I could go on with Mediterranean, really, honestly. Um, and then next one, we'll go ahead and move to Japanese food. I mean, like I said before, I know you're probably seeing a trend here with the food preferences, but I really enjoy fresh food. Um, just Japanese food so fresh. I mean, everything's they live. It's an island country, so they're surrounded, by sea life. So by the ocean. Love sushi, man. For the most part, I don't think I've really had tried any sushi that I didn't like. And I tried like eel. I tried octopus. Um, like I said, up until this point in time, I have not tried like one sushi that I was like, oh, I don't like it. Because even the most weirdest sounding sushi, which might throw off your palate, is actually good. Um, I like wasabi. I like ginger. I just the umami flavors that come from Japan. It really is like once you taste it, you're like, wow, what have I been missing? Um, the next area I want to move to is Thai, which is in Asia as well. Thai food is like the spiciest version of Asian food. It's almost like mixing. It's like a fusion almost of like mixing like the spiciness of peppers in Latin America with like Oriental food. But pad thai is probably like my favorite, really, honestly. Just it just has all the right ingredients and it just hits different with that cilantro in it. So I get a little bit of like what I'm used to with cilantro with salsa that I make at home, but couple that with noodles with a little squeeze of lime with some Thai peppers in it. Perfect. Let's see. Salvadorian, man, pupusas. If you ever get a chance to try pupusas, I don't know, it's just hard to describe, man. It's like a thicker tortilla with like filling in it, and the traditional ones made with I believe I think it's called loroco. It's made with a flour or herb, um and it's good. It's just that chopped in with like some cheese, and I don't know. It's like comforting. It's like comfort food almost. You ever get a chance to? I know there's probably not that much like Salvadorian restaurants, but if you get a chance to try that, I definitely recommend that. Let's see, Jamaican, just Caribbean in general. Caribbean food's good, but Jamaican food, man, curry. I never liked curry. Um, I've tried it before, and like nothing against Indian food, but I've tried it in Indian food, and it was just a little overpowering for me. Um, but once I had a friend in the military that made curry chicken by hand one day. He cracked all the chicken bones and then put it together in like a mashed potato mix, and then put curry powder in there and mix it all together. Man, that was that was pretty good. That was life changing because up until that point, I was not a fan of curry. Um, wasn't never really had a palate for it, but once he made it that way, I'm like, wow, I could definitely eat this again. I like it. And just the other things like interesting dishes like aki and saltfish, which was it sounds nasty, but it's actually pretty good. It's like a fruit, and then they eat it with like salty fish. Um, the only other curry that I like going back to Japan is Japanese curry. I feel like it's not overpowering either. So if you ever get a chance to go to like I believe it's called Coco Curry. I think it's in LA. That place is good. Um, then the final place that I want to talk about, Filipino. I feel like they're like the Mexican Asians. You know what I mean? Just because they had the fusion of like the Spanish background. Um, like Filipino food, it just man, it hits the spot. Pancit, chicken adobo, lumpia, all these dishes. If you get a chance to like Google it or YouTube it, check it out. Um, that's probably one of my favorite places, or one of my favorite types of foods to eat too. Um, it's just good, man. It's like a mixture of like Asian and Latin all in one. So, like I said, probably pancit's my favorite. It's like very thin noodles, so you don't feel super full. You don't have to like gorge yourself to feel full. And it's like made out of, I believe, rice noodles, so it's a little more lighter than the traditional like egg noodle or doughy noodle. Um, yeah, I mean, those are my favorite dishes. I want to try more food. Um, because I also put on here like, is there any foods that I would like to try? I want to try some better Indian food places where we live. The Indian food is not like the greatest. I'm talking about like Indian. I've had friends that were Native American, and they cooked me like some Native American food, which was a potato taco, and it was actually pretty good. Um, I want to try some more. I had a coworker that I guess he was from Nigeria, and he kept on telling me I need to try Nigerian food. So maybe eventually I'll go ahead and find a Nigerian place. I mean, there's none here where I live, which is by Fresno. Uh, Maybe if I go down to LA or the Bay Area, there might be some Nigerian places down there, but there's definitely none up here. I just want to know like what kind of dishes does anybody recommend me try? Because I mean, living where I live, there's really not that much choices. Even if I have to drive, I go down to LA and to the Bay Area to visit family and friends. So if you got any suggestions, let me know. Um, is there any dishes that I miss, like in these cultures or these descriptions that I said earlier that I should try? Because I know I barely touched the iceberg of like Salvadorian or like Jamaican food, and I know there's probably a lot more dishes in those two regions alone that I didn't mention that I should probably try. But is there any other dishes you guys recommend me try? Because I'm open to any suggestions. And then I just want to say, is there any restaurants here in California that you guys recommend? Um, or I mean, if you know any locally, because I mean, I don't get out too much. I go to like Bakersfield, Fresno every so often. So if there's anything locally that people recommend, let me know. And that's all I got.